and welcome to my makeup collection 2016. It has been years and years since I have done a makeup collection, so we're gonna go ahead and start and see what has changed and what's different. I am right here in the mirror with my Green Day shirt on. I didn't feel like getting all glam today and filming. I just kind of felt a little uninspired to do my makeup today, but I figured that would be a good time to film my makeup collection. So we're gonna start in my filming room, which is where 90% of my makeup is kept, and then I will take you and show you where I keep a little bit more of my makeup. So let's go ahead and start at this desk here. As you can see, it is quite beat up because this is where I film all of my makeup looks, my Halloween makeup looks, and this is where I do all of my filming. So this desk has gotten quite a bit of use and abuse out of it. This desk is literally from Family Dollar. Not even kidding, it was like 20 bucks. I am not the type of YouTuber who is going to spend $500 on an IKEA desk. It is not needed when I could save so much money and just use this desk, which I have had for maybe 4 years now, and it is amazing and it works perfect. There's not a ton of space on here, but I've learned to work with it and just kind of, you know, adjust to what I need. But as you can see, there is a pretty decent amount of space that I need for what I do here on YouTube. So yeah, I just figured I would save a shit ton of money and get a $20 desk rather than an IKEA one. Don't get me wrong, the IKEA ones are awesome though. So over here we have my lamp, and this lamp is what I use when I am filming to make it a little bit brighter when it is a little bit gloomy like today. So I'm sorry about the lighting, but yeah, this is the lamp that I use. It just has a white bulb in it, and it just kind of helps make my videos a little bit brighter. And then this is where I keep about maybe 95% of my makeup brushes. So I keep all of my makeup brushes in these glass jars, which I got from Dollar Tree. They were only $1, and they are so cute, and they store my brushes absolutely perfectly. So in this first one here, we have a crap ton of eyeshadow brushes, like blending brushes, just any sort of brush you can imagine. It is all kept in here. So we have like some BH Cosmetics, we have e.l.f., we have a couple no-name brands, e.l.f., we have Real Techniques, let's see what else. I think those are like the main eye brushes that I use. I do use a ton of e.l.f. brushes. They are some of my favorites, and the BH Cosmetics ones are good too. And then I randomly have a stippling brush which goes in there. So yeah, that's where I keep all my eye brushes. Moving on to the second one is where I keep all of my face brushes for the most part. So again, I have a mix of everything: BH Cosmetics, Sephora, e.l.f., Artistry. Those are just some of the face brushes that I use. And then I have some more over there that we will get to. But this is like one of my favorite brushes. This is the e.l.f. contouring brush, and it is seriously one of the most amazing brushes ever. And then this one by Sephora, it's just a really big thick powder brush, which I really like for loose powder. And then just a couple like foundation brushes, dome brushes, powder brushes, which this one's kind of falling apart, but I used to use this for like bronzing. Moving on to this third this third brush holder right here is we have a whole bunch of no-name brushes. When I first started doing YouTube, I had absolutely no makeup brushes. I was using little makeup applicator sponges, like what, you know, like started from the bottom, now we're here type sponges, and I wanted to get like full, like legit face brushes. So I went onto Amazon, and for like 15 bucks I got like a pack of 30, and I kid you not guys, these pink brushes that you're seeing like started my YouTube career, I guess you could say, because these, like, I use these all the time. I did so many makeup looks with this. Some of them are like permanently stained from like old makeup tutorials that I've done. Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love these brushes. You guys might remember, if you have followed me forever, you guys might remember this foundation brush because I used to use it literally all the time. And then same with this random foundation brush here. So I don't use these brushes that often. I mean, I do use this really nice fan brush often, but like as far as like the face brushes, I don't use. I just kind of like to keep them here because I don't know, it's just kind of cute, because this is kind of how like my YouTube career started, is with those little pink brushes. Okay, so that is everything that I have for brushes. Moving on, we just have my mirror. This mirror was bought at Walmart for like 11 bucks, and it has like the one side, and then it also has like an up close view side there. Moving on, we have this little plastic bin here. Again, not fancy by any means. It is literally so basic you could slap a bitch, but I like it because it's practical, cheap, and it stores my stuff awesome. This is, I don't really know what I store in here. This is kind of like my lip, eyelash, mascara bin, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's really weird. But we'll start at the top here. So at the very top we have all of my lip liners. Now some of them are eyeliners, like this green one and this purple one. They're technically eyeliners, but I do use them as lip liners because I have a lot of crazy Jeffree Star Cosmetics colors. So I use the colorful ones to line my lips as well. And I have a pretty decent collection. I only have one by NYX and I really like it. I think it's called like Pumpkin. Yeah. So I do like that one, and then some of my other favorites are like LA Colors, and I do have one Rimmel and a Milani and e.l.f. Like, look how old this e.l.f. one is. Like, oh my god, that's so old. Moving on over here, I have an extra eyelash curler. This one is just by Sephora. And then here I have a daily makeup brush cleaner. I think this is by Sephora as well. Really good. And then over here I have my, what is this? Oh yeah, this is my e.l.f. daily brush cleaner as well. So I just keep those up here because they are really easy to reach. If I'm filming and I need to clean a brush, they're right there for me. Moving on to this drawer that opens up here is where I keep all of my mascaras. Now I don't have all of my mascaras in here just because I'm going to be showing you where I keep a little bit of my other makeup. But here I just have a L'Oreal one. And then in here I have one of the lash fibers. If you guys remember, I did a video on this. I thought that was really cool, so I kept that. Stay open. And then here I have a couple of the Maybelline Great Lashes. I have the Teal Appeal, and then I have this pink one here. Moving on down, I have a random ass drawer of lip gloss, lip products that I do not use that often, but I don't want to get rid of them, so I keep them in here. And I literally have a mix of everything. I have like Blistex, I have a whole bunch of baby lips, I have this random one, another Jordana lip gloss it looks like. I have an e.l.f. lipstick, and I actually really like this e.l.f. lipstick, but I don't have enough room in my lipstick holder for this, so I just kind of keep it in here. If you guys have been following me for a long time, I still use this. This is the LA Colors Baby Doll Lip Gloss that I used to wear literally every single day. I still have that. This one by Madam Glam I have in here. They don't make cosmetics anymore, but I kept their lip gloss in here. I don't really like the color because it's too thick and too shimmery for me, but I like the packaging, so I keep it. Then I have a couple of these CoverGirl lip pencil stain things. I have some of the Philosophy lip glosses, which I really like this one. This one is awesome for winter. More of those like lip sticks there. I have these, which I really like. I haven't used them in a long time though. These are just like the CoverGirl dual lipsticks. I have another one over here. I have a couple Sephora lipsticks that again I don't have room in my lipstick holder. More lip glosses. An Artistry Duo lip gloss. So yeah, this drawer is basically just filled with all kinds of random lip products. Then moving on to the last drawer in here is basically my eyelash drawer slash randoms. I have a couple Jeffree Star Cosmetics empty packaging in here from the summer collection. I liked the boxes, so I kept them. And then I just have all of my eyelashes. My favorite eyelash brand is probably Broadway. Really cheap, and they have really good eyelashes. I have a couple of the Fergie ones. Well, I have one, which the other eyelash is somewhere in there. But I have these, which I really like, by Fergie. Then I just have some tape for when I do my eyeshadow. I have another pair of Broadway. These are, which one are these? These are the Femi. I've been wearing these for years. If you guys watched my how to apply false eyelashes from like 2013, I used these eyelashes and I still use them to this day. The Sephora ones, which these are the Showstopper. They're really old. I do need to get rid of these, but I can't. I have these, which are the Regal Lash, which are my favorites by Sephora. And here I have a couple from Shop Miss A, and I do really like these, but they are ginormous. Like, look how big these eyelashes are. Like, I don't know when I would ever wear these. They're so big. I have another Jeffree Star Cosmetics lip packaging in here. This is from the winter collection that he came out with. I have a couple eyelash curlers, or not eyelash curlers, but eyelash applicators. I have another pair, which I don't even know what brand these are, but they're in here. Random tissue. An eyelash holder with Revlon lashes, a couple things of eyelash glue. Moving on to these drawers right here is where I keep most of my makeup, which we will get into. But first I got this Barbie head because you know my channel name is BreeAnn Barbie, and my dad actually got this for me from a flea market. He just thought it would look really cute in my filming room, and I agree, so I just have her sitting there. Over here on these shelves, I have a thing of toilet paper just for like tissue when I'm doing makeup, some candles, and then a trash can, nothing too exciting. Okay, so in this first drawer here, we have all of my eye makeup stuff. So in here we have a little bit of everything from drugstore makeup to pencils to palettes to glitters, eye primers, everything goes in here. So basically I keep my Maybelline color tattoos here. I just have a few colors of those. I have a Wet n Wild gel eyeliner that I really like to use, so I keep that in here as well. I have a couple of the L'Oreal, which ones are these? The L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, which are really, really good. I keep a few of those colors in there. In the front here, I keep a Mary Kay eyeshadow that I really, really like. This one is in the color, gosh, what is this? I've had it for years. It's in the color Cinnabar, and it's just a really beautiful dark brown. Love this shade. It is one of my favorites in this drawer. And then I keep a couple little Wet n Wild glitters over here. I keep an e.l.f. eyeshadow. Just looks like that. Just a really pretty blue shade. Keep more of the L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows here, and then I keep my Maybelline Nudes palette. I do really, really like this palette. I use it quite frequently, and it just has a lot of really nude, beautiful colors in here, and I keep it up in my drugstore eye drawer because it is a drugstore, obviously. Underneath that, I have all, and I mean all, of my eyeliners. Like, I have a ton of eyeliner, mostly ranging from like different colors. Like I have a purple, black, white, brown, and like a whole bunch of different brands like Urban Decay, LA Colors. I have their jumbo pencils, more Urban Decay. I have a couple of the Fergie ones. Yeah, more Wet n Wild, just a ton of eyeliners. And then moving back up to the front here, which, let me reorganize this because now it's a mess. Up here I keep a couple of my Milani baked eyeshadows. This first one is just a really beautiful brown shade, and yes, the top did break off, don't judge me, but I do really like this one. This one's in the color Rich Java. And then this one over here is one of my favorites. This one is in Beach Sand, and this is a beautiful, beautiful eyelid color if you want like shimmery eye looks or anything like that. That's a really good one. And then this Milani eyeshadow, baked eyeshadow, I have had for years. This one is in the shade I Heart You. If you guys have watched my channel for a long time, then you know I've had this baby for years upon years of my, you know, makeups here on YouTube. I use this for Halloween looks. I use this for dramatic eye looks, you know, whatever, but I do still have that one as well. Here I have my liquid eyeliners. Well, this one's not a liquid eyeliner. This is a eyeshadow by Madam Glam, just a black one. I have a Madam Glam liquid eyeliner, which I really like. I have a, what one is this? I have a Muse black eyeliner that I got from Shop Miss A. I have an e.l.f. glitter eyeliner, which I also really like, that I just keep all right here in the front next to my eyeliners. Moving on into the back of this drawer is where I keep all of my eyelid primers. Now I only have a couple in here, but I have one by e.l.f. I have a Too Faced one. I have an Urban Decay, and then I have another Urban Decay. So those are all the eyelid primers that I have. And then here I have just a couple of glitters that I got off of eBay to use for like Halloween makeup looks. I just have like some gold, brown, silver, you know, just colors like that. And then I keep a couple loose glitters in the back for Halloween looks. And then in the very back here, I have a couple of BH Cosmetics palettes. First, I have the Take Me to Brazil palette, which I really like, but I don't have room for it anywhere else, so I just keep it in here. This just has like a whole bunch of crazy colors. And then I also have the Galaxy Chic palette, which I did a review on a very long time ago when I started my channel. Just looks like this. And then all of the really beautiful baked eyeshadows in there. This orange one is very, very much my favorite. Moving on to the second drawer is where I keep all of my higher end makeups. So like MAC, Mel, Bare Minerals, things like that. Okay, so starting here, I have a Bare Minerals palette, which I don't use too often, but I do really like the colors in it. It just has a lot of neutral shades in here. Next, I have my Artistry palette, which I absolutely love, and I've been using that for years. I have my all-time favorite, my Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter stack, which is like all, let me see if I can open it up. So that is my Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter stack. This is like one of my all-time favorite things in my makeup collection. I just think it's absolutely beautiful, right up my alley, and I love the design of this one. I have a MAC pigment. This is just the MAC Blue Brown pigment. I have a couple paint pots. I have Soft Ochre and Painterly for eyelid primers. I have some Physicians Formula palettes, which just have like a lot of nude shimmers in there. I have a fluid line by MAC called It's Physical, so it's just like a brownish, kind of like a brownie nude eyeliner, and my hands are getting all dirty from touching everything. Oh, the struggle. I have a NARS Duo eyeshadow here, which just has like deep blue and gray colors. And then I have another Artistry palette here, which has like nudes and darks, and you can kind of tell what I like to wear mostly. I mean, it's not like it's obvious or anything. Here I have a couple of the Physicians Formula eyeshadows here, shimmery eyeshadows. They work really well when you use like Max Fix Plus or a makeup setting spray with these. Just they work really, really well, so I keep those in here. Now I know Physicians Formula is drugstore, but it's like a higher end drugstore, so I keep them in here. I have this MAC eyeshadow, which I don't use too often, but I keep it because it's MAC, duh. I have another Artistry palette here, which has a lot more like pinky tones. Next we have my ShanXO palette, which I do keep in this drawer because it is a YouTuber palette and I think that is freaking awesome. So I have that in here, and I love the eyeshadows in this. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that I do own, so I keep that one in here. I have some Sephora eyeshadows. I have some MAC eyeshadows as well. I have this one, which is called Scene. I have this one, which is a really pretty grayish color. This one is in Silver Dawn. And then here are all of my Sephora eyeshadows. So I kind of have like this army green color. I have this one by Sephora, which I like. Really pretty blue one, and then the silver shimmery one. Moving over here, I have a Sephora palette for smoky eyes, which my friend gave me for Secret Santa at work. Really like this palette, and the blacks are super pigmented. I have a Bobbi Brown eyeshadow, which is in the color Champagne. Really beautiful eyelid color, love that. I have the Riri by MAC palette, which I really like. I really like these two shades here, and then this green one down here, but I use this one the most, so I like that. Next, I have one of my very first MAC palettes that I ever got, but it just has a lot of like pretty unique different colors, like a white, purple, blue, silver, all that jazz. Moving all the way to the back here, I have a couple of Urban Decay eyeshadow samples. I have Mildew, Woodstock, Flash, and Desperation, so I just keep those little samples in here, just because you never know. And then in the back here, I have my Benefit Cosmetics World Famous Neutrals palette. I thought this was really cool. And it has 4 shades here, and then it also comes with 2 little like primer type things, like kind of like a base for your eyeshadow. So you can put this on and then put the eyeshadow over top of it. Way in the back, I have a couple of the Stila eyeshadows. A couple of these are the Stila Metals. This first one is in Metallic Lavender, which is a really pretty one. I have used this one in a makeup look before. And then I have this one as well, which is like a really beautiful deep blue color. And this one is in Metallic Navy. So as you can see, I've used that one quite a bit, but I ran out of the the stuff you can use to get these wet so you can use them, so I haven't used them in a very long time. And then I have my all-time favorite, which is Kitten by Stila, which is like an award-winning, amazing, beautiful eyeshadow. Looks great as a brow highlight, works great as a lid color, inner corner highlight, just things like that. So those are the 3 Stila eyeshadows. And then all the way in the back I had this palette by Urban Decay. I have not touched this in absolute ages, and it just has these colors in here. We have Gravity, Loaded, Evidence, Ace, Mushroom, and Deeper, and then it also comes with a little lip gloss as well. But I like the packaging of this because it's really easy for travel, because you can just zip it up and then be on your way. So that one I keep all the way in the back. Alright, so I have a light here now because it was looking a little bit on the dark side. So hopefully this helps a little bit. So in this drawer is where I keep all of my face stuff, like my foundations, my face primers, all that good stuff here. So we'll just start with the front, I guess. First I have my Revlon Photo Ready foundation. This is like one of my all-time favorites. And then I have a Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse that I'm going to be doing a first impressions on, so I keep that right in front here. Next I have my Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm. This is like seriously one of the best primers I have ever used on my face. It is amazing. Nikki Tutorials kind of started the trend on this primer, and I've been obsessed with it ever since I tried it. Next I have one of my all-time favorites, which is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus sprays, and this is in the lavender scent when they did like that limited edition. As you can see, I am more than halfway done with it, and when I run out of it, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life because I love this stuff so much. Here I have another one of my favorites. This is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. Also a really good one. I have a Maybelline Baby Skin here. I have a Garnier 5-Second Blur Skin Renew, which is a smoother to smooth out any pores or wrinkles. I do really like this as well. I definitely recommend this if you are someone who is like myself and you have a lot of really big pores. This should help with that. Then here I just have my e.l.f. Makeup Mist Spray, which I just keep in here as well, which I'm also getting really low on, so I need some makeup spray help over here. Over here I have a couple concealers. I have one of my favorites by Artistry. It's just a really creamy concealer with really high coverage. I've used this for years upon years. I have a 6-color concealer and corrector in the shade Light, which you can also tell I've used quite a bit. So we have the green for redness, like this for underneath my eyes, and then these for just any acne blemishes, things like that. So I use that quite a bit as well. And it's not bad for the price. It is pretty creamy, shockingly. Here I have an Artistry Mineral Foundation in the shade Medium, so it is pretty dark on me, but when I am tan, I do tend to use this. I just put it on like a dense face brush and just kind of buff it into my skin. Like I said though, I don't really use it that often. And then all the way in the back we have all the rest of my foundations. So first I have one of my favorites. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. Beautiful packaging. It really reminds me of NARS packaging. And I did do a first impressions on this and I absolutely love it. Again, one of my favorites. I have a Physicians Formula Organic Wear BB Cream. Really like this BB cream, one of the best ones I have tried. However, it does oxidize quite a bit and you will look like an Oompa Loompa throughout the day. Just a warning. Then I have my e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation, which I haven't used in a long time because for some reason it oxidized really badly, so every time I use it, it's really orange. But I do keep this foundation just because until I can find it again. Really do like this. If you guys remember, I did a first impressions on this way back when I had my pink hair. So I've had this for quite a while, but yeah, really good foundation as well. e.l.f. has some of the best foundations I've ever tried, like straight up. Then I also have a really good one by Madam Glam. Like I said, they don't make cosmetics anymore, but when they did, they were really good. This is just a really light foundation, which is what I would use for work most of the time, just because it's really light and easy to blend and not too heavy. Here I have another favorite, which is the Maybelline Fit Me. Also, I did a first impressions on almost all of these foundations. Yeah, literally every foundation in here I've done a first impressions on. If you want to check that out, it'll be on my makeup playlist. But again, really good one. Maybelline has great foundations. I like to use the matte and poreless. Then I have probably my only luminizing foundation in this whole drawer, and that is this one by Physicians Formula. This is the Nude Wear Foundation. And this is the Touch of Glow in Light Medium. And this one is definitely luminizing. I don't usually wear luminizing foundations just because of how oily I am. I just don't really like it. But I do keep this one in here, and I do use it pretty often. And then the last foundation I have in here is my most expensive one, and that is my Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo foundation. I am in the shade 45 Light, which is actually too light for me. So if I do ever get this again, I'll probably get a shade darker. And I did a first impressions on this, and when I tried it, I wasn't actually that impressed with it. I liked it, but I wasn't like over the moon about it like I thought I was going to be. It's really, really thick, and you don't need a lot, I can tell you that much. But it is a pretty good foundation. I haven't like pumped it in forever, so it's probably all like clogged. I don't know. But yeah, I don't even know if you can like see just how like thick this foundation is. Like, it's insane. Alright, so that's everything that I keep in that drawer. Moving on down to this one is probably my all-time favorite drawer that I have in my makeup collection. And that is this drawer right here, which is where I keep all of my bronzers, blushes, highlighters, powders. Everything is in this drawer, and I love it. This is definitely my favorite. Okay, so at the very top, obviously, we have my Jeffree Star Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Peach Goddess. One of my holy grails, all-time favorites. I love his highlighters. I unfortunately missed out on the restock of them, but I will be getting Lavender Snow next to Peach Goddess. So that's the first thing I have. Next, I just have a blush by Physicians Formula. Just looks like that. It's just kind of like a baked blush with different colors. I have a couple from BH Cosmetics that I really like, the little duos. I have the Lilac and then the Daisy. It's just a really Barbie pink blush, which is actually very, very flattering on the cheeks. And then this one is more of like a darker pink with like a darker highlighter with that one. Then I have a NARS blush, and this is in the shade Deep Throat. Really beautiful pink shimmery blush. I love this color. I do use this quite frequently, but then again, I don't try to use it that often just because it's expensive, and I love this color and I don't want to use it too quickly. Next I have a Next I have a BH Cosmetics Studio Pro powder. Just looks like this. It's a very, very thick powder, but very beautiful. I have almost hit pan on it, as you can see there. But I do really like their pressed powders if you want like a full coverage. It's a good one. I have one of my favorite bronzers by Avon. I've been using this one for years. Or this brand, I should say. And this is maybe like my third one that I've ever tried. It is a very beautiful bronzer. It's not too orange, there's a little bit of shimmer to it, and I have hit pan on it. It's amazing, and it also makes a really good crease color for eyeshadow as well. Next I have a couple Sephora blushes here. This one is one of my favorites, and this one is in the shade Tea Rose Tickle. There's a little bit of shimmer in there, so it's very, very flattering on the cheeks. And then this one, which is in Rose Petal, which is just a really kind of neutral pink shade. Then I have another Physicians Formula bronzer. This is the City Glow. I did a full first impressions on my Physicians Formula products. I will have that video linked in the corner, but that's what this one looks like. I love this bronzer, one of my favorites. I have a couple face powders here. I have my Rimmel London Stay Matte, just a backup. I'm in the shade 004 Sandstorm. Probably, again, my #1 favorite pressed powder. Really, really good one. I love the Stay Matte. I have this one by Le Beau Cosmétique. It is a very, very luminizing loose powder in the shade Pearl. I love this stuff. It is very, very messy. It is very, very powdery, but it is amazing, and I really like the packaging on this one as well. Then I have another one of my holy grails. This is just the CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder in the shade 115. OG subscribers, you know this one well. I've used this for years upon years. As you can see, I am almost out of it. It is just absolutely amazing. It's crazy how like nostalgic I'm getting going through all of my makeup, because I don't usually go through all of my makeup on a regular basis. So like getting kind of like flashbacks of when I first started YouTube and what I used to wear all the time, like, I don't know, it's pretty crazy. I like it. Moving farther into the back, we have an e.l.f. High Definition Powder, which I do really like. I always forget I have it, so I never use it, but I'm gonna move that one up to the front so I see it more often. I have a NARS Laguna Bronzer. Again, it's a favorite of mine. I have hit pan on it, which is why I got a backup of it for Christmas from my sister, so have no fear. I will never run out of my Laguna. Let's see, here I have a Laura Mercier blush. This is like my first ever high-end blush. This is in Rose Bloom, and this is the most pigmented blush I have ever come across in my entire life. Like, this blush does not fuck around. You only need a tiny bit of it. Next, I have a Madam Glam blush, and this one is in the color Sable. Again, really pigmented, really beautiful color. Again, you only need maybe just a little tiny bit of this to get pigmentation because it's very, very pigmented. Next, I have a kind of like highlighter by Sephora. I don't use this one that often just because I feel like it doesn't really work that well. This one is in the shade Light Beam. It's Illuminator, so a baked illuminizer, so that's probably why. I feel like this would work good with maybe a little bit of MAC Fix Plus on your brush and then use this. I feel like then it would work a lot better, but I guess it's okay, but not anywhere close to my Jeffree Star one. Next, I have a couple little palettes from Physicians Formula. This first one is kind of like a powder, bronzer, blush, and highlighter quad here. I use the highlighter the most out of this. This is one of the best highlighters I have ever used, so this is why I keep this palette, is for this highlighter in particular. And then this is like my, next to Jeffree Star, this is my second favorite. And this is just the Shimmer Brick by Physicians Formula. Just a lot of really pretty shimmery colors. Swirl them all together and you get literally the perfect highlighter. I love this so freaking much. It is one of my favorites. Moving on, we have a couple more blushes. We have a Super BB Physicians Formula, kind of like a bronzer blush duo. And then underneath here, you have the really cute brush as well. And then the mirror. I really like the packaging on this. I like that it's white. I wish more makeup companies would do white packaging, just because I feel like it looks really classy and really high-end. So that is what this one is. I need to move this one up to the front too, because I don't use that one that often. And then of course I have another one of my favorites, which is the Maybelline Master Highlight Face Studio. Just basically a highlight blush all in one, swirl it all together, and you kind of get the best of both worlds in there. This one is in the shade Pink Rose. And then all the way in the very back is I have my City Color Contour Effects palette. Now I have to be very careful with this because my contour shade completely shattered, but I do really like this for contouring, and this was literally like only $5 at Five Below. However, the pigmentation of this is out of this world insane, so you only need a little bit of this. The highlighter is okay. It's not like the best thing in the world, but it's pretty good. It's pretty shimmery. And then you have like the regular bronze shade and then the very dark shade for contouring, but I do really like this palette. I just need to fix that contour shade. Alright, so that's everything for my highlight, blush, and bronzer drawer. Moving on down to the next two drawers are all palettes. Now I do own quite a bit of palettes from many different brands. The first one on top is the Dark Rose palette by BH Cosmetics. Love this palette, one of my favorites. Really beautiful eye colors. I did a really good cut crease makeup using this. If you want to check it out, it'll be in my makeup playlist. I have another BH Cosmetics palette. This is my very second palette I ever got for my YouTube channel, and that is the 120 color palette with just all sorts of colors. And God, just like the smell of this palette is bringing me back to like when I first set up my camera on the floor in my apartment and there was like just crap in the background, and just using these eyeshadows, like oh my gosh, just like the smell of these is, oh, so nostalgic. I love it. So yeah, this was like the second eyeshadow palette I ever got for my YouTube channel. And then the next one is another one by BH Cosmetics. This is the 26 color palette, which has neutral eyeshadows and blushes. I love the eyeshadows out of here, especially these neutral tones. And then I love the blushes as well. This is my all-time favorite blush out of this palette right here. And you just have like some more neutral shades like shimmers and all that jazz. Next I have a couple e.l.f. palettes. I have the Sinister Smoky Eyes, the Maleficent palette, which I've used quite a bit. As you can see, half the products are gone out of it, like the eyelashes and the glitters and things, so I just keep these for the eyeshadows. So we have like the Day Evil and the Night Villain, and yeah, just a really cute palette, especially if you're like a Disney collector, like my sister, who basically has all of these. And then next, I love this. I actually got this last Halloween, I think. I'm not 100% sure, or maybe 2 Halloweens ago. And this is the Wicked Beauty Book by e.l.f. I loved that they came out with these for Halloween, and it just has really cool looking eyeshadow colors in here, and then it has like an eyeliner and then a black lip gloss, which I thought was really cool. So I did use this in a makeup look before, if you guys remember. Okay, so that's everything in that drawer. In the very bottom one, I have even more palettes. So right up in front here, we have my Urban Decay Electric palette. I was so excited to get this when it came out. Oh, I love it. Like, the colors in this are absolutely insane. Now, okay, this is kind of weird. I'm actually a little afraid of this palette, and let me tell you why. Because I did one makeup look with this and one makeup look only, and it was honestly one of the worst makeup looks I have ever done on my YouTube channel. Like, it was seriously awful. I tried to do like a really pretty rainbow effect, and I put like dark colors in the inner corner and went all the way out to light, and it just looked awful. So since then, I have been so afraid to touch this palette because I don't know what looks to do with it, but I really want to get into it and use it again. I just don't know what I could use these colors for. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear them, but I love this palette. Next, I just have a Bare eyeshadow palette by Five Below. This was only like a $5 palette. Just has a lot of pretty straightforward neutral shades. I know a lot of my palettes are pretty much the same, but I'm addicted. I love palettes. Can't help it. Next, I have my favorite Naked palette from Urban Decay, which is the Naked 2. So it just has all of my all-time favorite. Oh, look, there's Motley in the mirror. Hello, cutie. So it just has a lot of neutral shades, and it has my favorite, which is Blackout. Such a beautiful black eyeshadow. And then Tease is another one of my favorites, Snake Bite, Chopper. So yeah, I love this palette. This is my favorite Naked palette out of all of them. Then I have the Urban Decay Naked 3. I do not own the Naked 1, but I do have the Naked 3. And this one has a lot of like pinky tones and shimmery in here. I don't use this one too often, but it is still really pretty, and I'll keep it in my collection, I suppose. Okay guys, and then this palette right here is the palette that I wanted to save the best for last, because this palette, I bought this in 2012 from Sephora. This is the Smoky Studio 2, I believe. And I got this for maybe like 40 bucks at Sephora, and this was my first ever makeup palette that I ever got, ever. So OG subscribers, like people who have subscribed to me from the early teens, like 15 subscribers, and you guys saw me use this a ton. But oh my god, this is so crazy, you guys. Oh my god, so nostalgic right now. But basically it comes with like lip glosses on the end and then all eyeshadows. I have used the crap out of this. Like, look at that. Oh, I loved these greens and the pinks and the neutrals. Oh, and this was like my favorite one right here. This little try right here. Oh, I loved it. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. I still have my very first palette ever. And then what's cool about this is it comes with this little travel thing. And then you can like pop your 3 favorite duos in here. So if I wanted to take like this one with me, I could pop it in there, and like 2 more and close it, and you'd have like your own little mini travel makeup kit. So that's what I really liked about it. Oh my gosh, this is so freaking weird. Oh, I love that I still have this, but please go down in the comments right now and let me know if you remember me using this palette. Please, like, that would be so cool if you guys have been sticking around for that long, that I still have my first makeup palette by Sephora. So say hello to everybody, yeah. Moving on further to my makeup collection, to my other really big kind of like makeup desk thing, is I have all of my lotions. So I have a lot of Bath & Body Works. I have a Nicki Minaj one. I have a couple little spray ones from the dollar store. I have Moonlit Walk, and then I have a Japanese Cherry Blossom one. So that's everything that I keep here. And then moving on to my lipstick collection here. So this is where I keep a majority of my lipsticks that I use on a regular basis. So here we have all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. Every single one I've ever owned is up here. I have all of my nudes here. More nudie pinks. We're getting into the dramatic colors here. So I have those two, and then I have the two of the summer collections, which I did do a swatch video. I did do a swatch video on these lipsticks, but I will have to do an updated one because I have so many new colors. So I will get that up as soon as I can. So that's basically all the Jeffree Star ones that I have. I have a couple NYC colors that I really like. And then these are all my Le Beau Cosmetique liquid lipsticks. I did do a swatch video on these as well. So I have a couple up there. This one, which is in Lexi, and then this one, which is in Monroe, are two of my favorite ones that I have. And then I just have a couple of dark colors there. Moving on to this next one is where I keep all of like my black packaging lipsticks that I like to keep out. So I have my L'Oreal collection here, which is like all the celebrities and whatnot. And then I have my huge Revlon lipstick collection. I was on like a Revlon lipstick collection like freak out for a long time, and I bought like every single one I liked. I can do a swatch video on these if you guys want to. I know I said I was going to like forever ago, but I just never got around to it. In the back here we have the infamous MAC lipstick collection, which MAC lipsticks, like you almost never hear of them anymore. It's so sad, but I have quite a bit of these up in here too. My favorite one of the MAC lipsticks that I have is Half and Half, which is just a beautiful like brownie nude color. But I keep all those there. And then I have my 3 NYX Macaroon lipsticks, which I did do swatch videos on as well in my makeup playlist. And moving on to this last tier of lipsticks, I have a couple Madam Glam lip treatments. Like I have a vitamin E stick and a lip pumice, which I use all the time. I have a Madam Glam lipstick, which is stuck in there, but it's a very beautiful dark shade of lipstick, which I really like. Then I have this little lip plumper by Avon. I don't really use it that much anymore, but I just like to keep it up here. I have a couple of the baby lips that I use on a regular basis. I have another Wet n Wild lipstick. This one is in Bare It All. Then I have 2 NYX butter glosses. I have Creme Brulee and what's this one? Merengue, I think it's called. I have a liquid lipstick by Stila in this red shade. This is called Beso, which is Spanish for kiss. Then I have an Artistry lip gloss, which I haven't used in a very long time, in the color Pink Suede. I have some L'Oreal lipsticks that I got for Christmas, which are just some very beautiful colors. Like we have this pretty red here. And I also keep them up there with a couple of my other L'Oreal lipsticks. Then here I have the Maybelline ones. I have this one in 945, which is Stormy Sahara, which I really like that color. You can kind of tell what my favorite shade is of these lipsticks. And then I have this cool one, which is just a purple one. Then here we have my all-time favorite Rimmel London lipstick in the number 14. This is the Kate Moss collection. I love this lipstick. It is seriously one of my all-time favorites. I really need to get into these again because I miss this color so freaking much. And then I have just another Sephora lipstick. This one is more on like the pinky nude side, and I just keep that up there just because I think the packaging is cute. And then up here in my Curio cabinet is where I keep all of my Madam Glam nail polishes. As you can see, I have quite a few of them. I have like my gels in the back, and then I have all of my regular polishes up here. And then moving down, I have even more back here. I have even more down here. So my Madam Glam nail polish collection is quite extensive, and I'm pretty proud of it. Now these aren't all of my nail polishes, but I like to keep my Madam Glam ones up here just because I have so many of them. And then I just have a couple little randoms that I keep out in the open. Okay, so I have moved you into my bathroom, which is where I keep the other 10% of my makeup. Everything that you see here is everything that I use every single day when I'm either getting ready for work or running out on some errands and don't have time to get fully glam. This is where I come and I get ready, and this is where the rest of my makeup is. So I keep everything in this little white cabinet thingy that my mom got me for Christmas, and just has a whole bunch of stuff on the top and then in the 2 little drawers there. So right on top here I have all of my face brushes. So I have a powder brush, a few foundation brushes, my concealer brush, highlighter brush, bronzer, blush. So there is where I keep all of my face brushes. I have quite a few of them in here. In the back here, I keep a couple eyeliners and mascara. I have the LA Colors Jumbo Eye Pencil. I have the L'Oreal Butterfly. Moving on to this one, I just have an eyelash curler, and then this is where I keep another mascara, just my CoverGirl Lash Blast in there. And then the rest of all this stuff is where I do my eyebrows. So I have the NYX eyebrow pencil, my CoverGirl eyebrow pencil, my spoolie, and then my e.l.f. wax eyebrow gel stuff. Moving on down here, I don't keep too much. I just have a NYX mini mascara and a couple peppermint chapsticks. Moving on over here, I just have my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, which I use almost every day. Here I just have my e.l.f. Kabuki brush, nothing too exciting. Moving on, here is where I keep all of my eye brushes, like blending brushes, things like that. Here I just have a bag of piercing retainers for work. Some more retainers here, and then I have a NYX Butter Gloss, Lip Gloss, and Creme Brulee. And then I have a BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Muse, because I will use this liquid lipstick quite a bit if I'm going out on errands. And then here's where I keep my liquid eyeliners, and a couple of lip liners as well. I just kind of put everything all in one spot. And then I have my Kabuki brush by Claire's. Moving on into this first drawer is where I keep my face stuff for when I'm getting ready on an everyday basis. I have an extra of my Rimmel London Stay Matte Powder, which I have hit pan on, which I am using up. I have a little sample of the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer, which really does smell like chocolate. I keep an Artistry concealer in here in the shade Medium, so I just keep that right on top. I keep a couple more concealers in here. I have this one by Makeup Forever. This is the full cover, and then I have the Tarte Maracuja concealer. And I just keep an eyeshadow that I will use in my crease. This is by MAC, and this is called Satin Taupe. Then I have another Sephora blush. This one is in the shade Romantic Rose. And then I keep another foundation in here that I have been wearing. This is the Revlon Color Stay, which I did do a first impressions on. You guys will see that video soon. This drawer, I don't really keep anything too important in here, mostly some beauty blenders that I keep. I keep my little eyebrow trimmer tool here. I keep a couple scissors, tweezers, extra eyebrow stuff like my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow powder, more brow powder, some more brow pencils, more scissors, just things like that. Nothing too exciting in that drawer. Okay guys, so that was everything that I have for my makeup collection of 2016. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to go down and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. But until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! I have this one.